always a bad sign when you come right onto a show and you're coughing. So apologies there, but hey, there's really nothing you can do about it. You pop in, you're ready to go, and then you're like, I'm coughing. Close to the damn screen. How y'all doing tonight? It is a regular Sunday night. It's 9 o'clock, actually a little past 9 o'clock Eastern. As Captain Jack show as is that live? Did he miss another one, or is this a replay? I guess it's live. So it's still 3-0 in the swirling winds of up the bank. Can't remember whatever bank. I'm a bank, you're a bank. Would you like to be a pepper too? Whatever the bank is, stadium in Jacksonville. If you're here, thank you. Thank you for being here. John Leon's here. Good to see you. Mode's here. Hey, Mode, how's your I haven't heard from Mode in a bit. Are things still good in your candidate school? I don't want to put you. I mean, what's what I'm looking at? I don't want to out you if things are not. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd ask. I hope things are good. Matt is still hyped. I'll put that one up. I am too. I'm hyped. And by the same token, all right, Mode's going to come in. Good. I haven't seen Mode in a while. It'll be good to see him. When is the raffle? I need to do it. I do need to do it. There are other things that are on top of my priority. Like tomorrow, for example, let me see. The truck, which I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to start paying for, is going to the dealer for a 5,000 mile plus. They have a bunch of like a couple recall things that they have to do. That's got to be done. Then I got to put a package in the mail for the kids who live out in California. Then I got to go to unemployment to see what's going on there. I have to go by the medical place, get some stuff done there. There's a couple other things I have to do. That's just tomorrow. So I will, try to get, but again, it's not top of the priority list. Sorry. I will have one. Keep reminding me. Jag Stadium of the future. Where is this? Is this in? It looks like the Raiders Stadium. I'm looking at it. It hit the top is like the stadium out in Allegiant. I'm serious. I just saw it on TV. Stadium of the future. Copycats. It's going to be as bad as the Miami Dolphins copycatting the Houston Oilers song. I just got my tea right. What is it? Right before I know. I'm on disability. I have my VA. That's the other thing. I got to go to the VA and do that crap too. So there's a lot going on. I'm coming at you live. Hey, good to see you, Richard Davis, Brandon Mall. Come in on YouTube. But yeah, I will. There will be a raffle or two coming up. I just got to do it. Hooligans in the house. Mode's in. Mode's going to come in. Some guy. Who's this? Never heard. You're famous. This guy. You're famous. I'll tell you what. Because somebody on my personal Facebook, Jackson, I mean, he just threw it right at him, man. He threw it right at him. I mean, it was stupid. I don't know who the guy is. I'm watching the game. Jackson just threw it right to throw it in the crowd. He by right at then he Jenkins throw it in the crowd. Pussy. Who was he throwing it to? Anyway, yeah. Pizzle, good to see you. By the way, Wood, getting back to what I was saying. On my personal Facebook the other day, my buddy said, I'm just watching the primetime show to see if my buddy Captain Jack makes the broadcast. And that was his quote. And I laughed. I said, not unless I'm sitting front row next to this guy, I ain't making the broadcast. Maybe on accident. But that's it. But good to see you as well, Hollywood. Silence in here. Hoping that win over the Chargers will carry over to. I hope so too, Matt. Trust me. That's why the title of the show, in case you guys hadn't figured it out. So you're saying there's a chance. Maybe. And Asylum, he's not in misery. He's next to misery. He's in Kansas. Got to win on Christmas. That's the Monday night game, right? Yeah. I want a victory lap for Christmas, and I've been a good boy. So sad. Ken, for Christmas? Come on, man. Who you pulling with that? I do. Well, I do have the Raider tree. Hollywood's seen my Raider tree. It's here, 365. I haven't put it down in it's up 3 years now. I keep saying I'm going to pull it down, but I probably need to pull it just so I can get the dust out of it and whatnot. Robert Pena, happy holidays to you. Ed Winchell, happy holidays. And I did see where, what was it? Gorilla had a nice little thing. The Raiders make the playoffs if, and then it showed the people, first off, we got to win the last 4 games. And we did that. We did the first of that by beating the holy crap out of the Chargers. That's 1. Then you got to win the next 3. Then you have to have this, and this happen. It's possible. It's unlikely. It's possible. The Oilers uniforms looks. Yeah, I do like the Texas. Was it the Texas blue? The powder blue. The powder blues on the Oilers, and I'm going to admit this. I'm pleased. It's not sacrilegious. The powder blue Gargler uniforms were very nice looking too. I like the powder blue. The Oilers powder blue, the Gargler powder blue. Those were the nice. Then they have that like vibrant blue. No. Richard's going to the VA as well. John, thanks for the super sticker. John, with that $1 plus if you put another 4 in, you got to have a $5 entry. So I'm just letting you know. I'll have to add it. I'll have to see if the stuff that you've had before is added up to $5. When it does, you'll get 1 entry. Did any of these teams lose what we need to lose? Possibly, Hooligan. Thank you for being here. Like I said, I'll count on that. Raiders score, but can they do it against a defense that doesn't quit on the head coach? Okay, that's true. And DC, no. 0 points against the Vikings, 0 points second half against Miami. And 3 against KC. 3. Well, hey, Michael, my God, what a bummer. So you're saying there's not a chance, Michael? We'll see. But you're right. They got to do it consistently. They got to do it against good teams. And can Jacksonville turn an interception? That's a Zay Jones sighting. Zay Jones. God, I wish we hadn't gotten rid of him, but he's making them bank. He's making bank down in Jacksonville. Robert Pena, good to see you. Wait, I can see you. Wow, that is that's a pick. And there is Happy Holidays. There's a chance until there's not. Merry Christmas. Saf is correct. Hey Ed, are we doing a phone call tomorrow? Hopefully. We needed the Vikings to lose. I thought the Vikings did lose. The Vikings lost, right? I thought the Vikings lost. And Ed say that, yeah, it's unlikely. But you know what? The friggin' Patriots were pounding on Kansas City today. They didn't win, but at times they looked like they were world beaters. Yeah, and I saw that, but it wasn't just Wilson. I saw that they drug tested, was it the quarterback for the Browns? It was random. I don't know what got up their ass saying, well, now we got to drug test these people. I don't know. I don't know. I describe we have a chance. Well, Asylum thinks we have. Michael, show us on the doll. Point to the doll. Show us where they hurt you. Oh, okay. Win. That's what I thought. Vikings are well, John. It's like common opponents or things like that. You know, it's a common opponent thing. It's like, yeah, Denver lost against the Trois. I said that. They got robbed on the fumble. Who? Oh, and yeah, who's saying who again? Yeah, I'll have to put it up. That's copyright infringement. that's copyright infringement. That's what Asylum. That's why I said it. Kind of stir the pot. Nice. Oh, did he fumble? Oh my God! Sunshine fumbled the ball. Was he down? No, he's not. He's going off. I gotta see this, dude. That is so stupid. You get an interception. Oh, he did. He just bought it. What a schmuck. What a schmuck is. Oh, Lawrence, come on, man. Oh my God. Anyway, did you see Sean Payton screaming at Russell? Yes, I have. And he's done it several times. I mean, Denver's been playing well, but if they, they've come back down to reality a bit. I hope you guys can't hear me gulp too bad. Anyway, it's Sunday. There's been a hell of a lot of football. I came home yesterday at about, I had a red-eye flight from Vegas. So technically I flew out Friday night. Technically it was like right before midnight. Got home to Tampa. Got home to Tampa like around 11 o'clock in the morning. So got some bagels and went to bed. It was interesting because the guys that were sitting next to me were two older gentlemen. They're older than me. The guy sitting next to me was in his 70s. Let's see, he was about 15 years older than me. So, what am I? 16? He was about 73, I think. And the guy sitting next to him was a little younger, but they were still older than me. From Delaware. right? And I'm not going to go political, but it was funny. It was funny listening to them talk stuff about a very famous person from Delaware. I'm just going to leave it at that. Played Russell Wilson's wife's ex song. Oh, really? Ex wife? Oh, wife's? Wait, it's not his ex wife, right? He's still married to Sierra, right? He's still married to her. Did they get a divorce? Did they're not divorced, right? Somebody check that. I don't think they're divorced. I know what you're saying. But kind of like when Denver played what's her nose's song when they beat the Chiefs. By the way, was it the Ravens got the ball back? They're on their 35 or so. This game is boring. Sierra X was a rapper, and they played. Oh, okay. Now I get what you're saying. It was his wife's ex that they were. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Now I know. Now I know what you. Now I know where you're going with that. Yeah, a little bit of a dig. A little bit of a dig. That's funny, actually. Anyway, do you want to come into the show? I hope so because like this will be a very short show. I'm gonna put the link up. I know that Mode's gonna come in because he said he would. So I'm putting the link up. It's Sunday. We've been talking football. There's that mountain that I wish the Raiders had actually. And he was a free agent. He was like he could have signed it, but it was Falalale, who is the monster right tackle that the Ravens had. We signed one this year, and he's on the injured reserve list. He's a mountain, but he's injured reserve. But he's gonna be in the equation for the offensive line next year. Okay, hit the link. Mode's here. Good. Okay, so as stated, Mode when Mode says he's going to do something, he does it. I like that. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, and I got what one, two, three, four, five, six Facebook. Wow, six Facebook things going. There's things that I own. There's the Elite Superfans page. There's also the Northeast Streaming Sports Facebook, and we're also obviously on the what is it? The Roku, where we can't fucking cuss now. That's the Northeast Streaming Sports Roku. I mean, when I can, I'm not that I excessively curse, but you know. By the way, I haven't heard from JT in a while. You know, my partner up in Maine, the one that sounds like Vin Diesel. I haven't heard. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Saul said he's going to come in after he eats. Okay, Mazel tov. Well, that's a first down and more. Oh, nice run. There's that mountain. Oh, there's the flag. The way that they had that's got to be a hole. Anyway, so we're going to hear from Mode. Is there anybody else here? Okay. Mode, you ready? He's wiping, making sure all the cocaine's done, doing the snort check, that he's not, nah, I'm serious, that he's laughing. He ain't doing cocaine because he is a officer of the law. So let's put him on. Oh, why is this not working? Come on. Add. There we go. I knew so. He was on for a second. It's slow. Mode, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, Captain?
Mode.
Can you hear me?
Okay. It's yeah. There's a little bit of a lag. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of my windows. some of my windows because I know that that's going to cause problems. But I got jobs up. That's why I can't get rid of all of them. So let me get rid of some of them. Okay. Job case. That job. I'm looking at jobs. Yeah, so that's what it is. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Okay. And yeah, Dory's here. I'm sorry, I forgot to say Dory. Yeah, Mode, come on, talk to me. Hopefully there won't be a lag.
Can you hear me better?
Little better, little better.
All right. How you doing, Captain?
I'm good. And for the record, Mode does not do cocaine.
Nope,
For the
not at
record.
all.
Thank
I
you.
don't even smoke weed anymore
Oh, anymore.
or do
I like
edibles.
yeah, or edible. Whoa, he's gone full money, not doing shit. He's me. He's me. No marijuana, no drugs, no cocaine, no nothing. He's gone over to the Captain Jack side. Nothing. So
Yep.
talk to me. What's going on, man?
Just enjoying my time off of work till I gotta go back.
Okay, now work.
We graduated on Friday.
Yay!
And
That's what I wanted to hear. You graduated. Here, some iced tea for you, brother. Muzzle top. There you go. There you go. Iced tea. There you are. Oh, good on you, man.
yes, I graduated on Friday at 1500, which is 3 o'clock for y'all who don't know military time, or 3 p.m. for those of y'all who don't know
That's
military
right.
time.
3 p.m. 1500. There you go. You know what time in Zulu it was?
No, Captain.
Whatever. Well, if you're what time? You're Pacific, right?
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm Mountain Standard.
Oh, Mountain Standard. Okay, so that's about. It's about you add about 8. Yeah, you add about 8. Because I know it's about 6 from the East Coast, and then -2, so +2 on the other side. So about 8. So if you, it was about 3 o'clock, 1500. It was about. It was a little over minute. It was about 02. I'm sorry. I'm just being an ass.
You're good.
Congratulations, though. Congratulations.
Thank you. I had my first shift on December 25th, 1900 to 07. And hopefully nothing goes wrong, but you never know.
Well, congratulations on the new job, on the new career, on the new beginnings. That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you.
And the Raiders gave you a graduation present.
Oh yes, a very fantastic one. In fact,
Yeah.
we just need everything to fall into place, and hopefully we could get that last wild card spot.
A lot has to happen, but the first thing is we got to win all the rest of our games. Okay, so let's do that first. Let's do that first.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's got to be a bunch of different other things going on that this
we
team.
Do have a tough match.
Yeah,
we do have a tough match coming up this week.
Yeah, we do. And what are your feelings about? Because again, Kansas City, they didn't look like world beaters today.
No, they didn't. But a lot of teams in our division always play us tough. Surprisingly, San Diego didn't really put up a fight against us this week. But typically, a lot of the AFC West rivals always play each other very hard and very well. Give each other a dog fight.
I agree.
We are going into Arrowhead with Kansas City having home field advantage 1. 2, they may have that weather advantage as well.
They might have a what advantage?
That weather advantage.
Yes, yes. This'll probably be the worst cold weather game that the Raiders have on their schedule. And
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I'm not other than the fact that I don't have the money for it, but going to Kansas City in December is not my idea of a good time.
No, it ain't. Because you have to deal with the cold. You may have to deal with a little bit of snow, or you may have to deal with a little bit of rain.
Right.
And it's always tough to play in cold weather games. We haven't been faring very well in cold weather games.
Uh huh.
So I think we're in for a tough matchup. Do I think we could pull it off? Hopefully the with the inspiration of this past week's win. But again, they have to. What my suggestion for the Raiders would be is make the facility as cold as possible. That way, they could get used to that cold weather.
Okay. Well, and I'm going to stop you. Hooligan says that allegedly. Now, granted, these are forecasts a week out. A week out.
Yeah,
So Christmas Day, according to Hooligan, 51 slight chance of rain. That's not bad.
it's really not.
No, that's not. I mean, I remember the first time that I had a chance to hang out with Hollywood was the last Oakland Raider game in Kansas City. Oakland
Yeah.
at Kansas City. And I met Hollywood that game. Okay. And we hung out and it was cold. It was cold. And I remember that and Abram was still on the team and he tried to come in to the hotel. And I said, "Hey, how you doing there, Mr. Abrams?" I don't know what you're talking about. And he just kind of like walked by me because he thought he was going to be sly and like, I know who you are. I know
Yeah.
who you are. But anyway, I remember it was a cold game. And, I got a chance to hang out with Hollywood there. And it's normal. And it was the first part of December too. So
Yeah.
if it's 51, that's nothing. That's nothing.
No, yeah. Still getting a little bit of a breeze, but it's really not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and like I said, we're not saying it's a car thing because we know the car couldn't play in anything cold. I'm not saying that, but normally guys that are indoor stadium guys, which the Vegas Raiders are now,
Yes.
indoor teams do not play well in the cold historically. Historically.
Yes.
When the Vikings used to be the coldest weather team ever, and the Packers, and they still are. Yeah, Minnesota when they played outside. Oh my God! And Green Bay when they played outside. I mean, Chicago. That whole division used to be outside, but Detroit, Detroit, they have an indoor stadium now. There was Chicago's still outdoors, but Vikings are still. Or sorry, Green Bay still outdoors. But I'm missing I'm missing somebody in that division. Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota. Oh, Green Bay. Okay. So Detroit is now an indoor stadium guy. And they play differently when they're playing in weather. So
Yes.
it's Buffalo. Fizzle says Buffalo. Buffalo. Oh my God. That nowadays I wouldn't go to Buffalo. It wasn't real bad today. It was kind of rainy, but it wasn't bad.
No, yeah. We still have a lot of chips that need to fall into place as well. So hopefully that happens for us as well.
and we need to continue to play the way we're playing on defense. Our offense exploded,
Yeah.
exploded.
Our
You
defense
know,
needs to continue to play how they have been playing all
hmm
year long, but our offense needs to fucking explode. Sorry, excuse me. Um, they need to explode like they did this week.
yeah.
They play like they did this week. We have chances of beating Kansas City. We have chances of beating Indianapolis. We have chances of beating Denver.
hmm Well, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that of those, they're tough games
They
because
are.
obviously we know that Kansas City is going to be a tough game. Okay,
Huh.
um, the Colts played well in their game the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
Minshew. I mean, yeah, they drafted the kid out of Florida, Richardson, but Minshew. Wow, Minshew, and that's who I wanted at quarterback before the Colts signed him. When they were looking for a
Yeah.
quarterback, I wanted Gardner Minshew. People look at me like I was friggin' high, but Gardner Minshew was who I wanted at quarterback. And then we get Jimmy Garbageopolo. Nah, but
Yeah.
Minshew played well, so that's Indianapolis. Remember, and Hollywood and I went out to Indy in January. Was it like the New Year's game a couple years ago where we won, and then we won the last game against San Diego, and we went to the playoffs. It's going to be just like
Yeah.
this now. We got to beat Kansas
Yeah.
City. We got to beat the Colts, and then we got to beat the Broncos the last day, and that might be one of those games that they flex to a night game
Yeah.
because they of what's going on. We'll see. We'll see.
I am really hoping that I could take that day off. That way I can be there for that game.
It'll be good to see. It'll be good to
Oh
see.
yeah.
Yeah. And now, and I say, how much weight did you lose?
I actually gained weight, Captain.
Well, okay, but you gained muscle. How much
Oh,
did you?
not even.
No.
No. A
Okay.
lot of my academy was actually classwork, so we were literally sitting down at desks, mainly doing classwork.
Okay.
We didn't really do any PT.
Well, you better do that now that you're going to be a prison guard.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
already have that in the works.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're just a little fat guard and you got a Brutus that that bench presses the
All right.
wall. You're going on Brutus's cell block. That's why you need to make sure that you have your stun gun and your whip out. What do you call those little whip out canes?
Tons.
Yeah, but there you go. The baton, and then you got to be ready, man. And and obviously I'm not wishing bad thing. I'm just saying
Oh, I know.
get your ass ready because I don't want to
But
see. I want to see some bad news where hey, you're not here this week because you got a broken something, and
yeah.
and that's just on the least of my worries. Okay, okay, break something, but don't break yourself.
No, I know.
Okay, okay, yeah. Well, again, sir, congratulations,
Thank you.
Muzzle
Thank you.
tough, good on you. Now, because hey, partner, trust me, from somebody that needs a job, you got a steady job and the benefits are good. Good on you, man. Good
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
on you. Good on
And the private prison contract, so there's that chance where I could get sent to other states as well, which is what I like.
you. Yeah.
So, and I think we have the company because it's like I said, it's a private prison,
Mm-hmm.
and I work for a third party company.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that chance where I could get sent to Florida. I think I saw them as one of our states. There's a chance where I could get sent to one of the southern states. We got plenty of those.
Oh, okay.
The Midwest.
Is it Whacking Hut?
No, it's actually CCA.
Okay. Okay. I've heard of them too. Yeah.
They're under a new name called Core Civic.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because
And
I actually applied for them when I was out of a job years ago, and I
uh-huh.
walked in, and I saw all of the what is it, the pictures on the wall, and I came in
Hmm.
here with my long hair, but it was in a ponytail. It was
Yeah.
in a ponytail. It looked good, and I saw and they had it was like the military grade, mustache only, no facial hair, no long hair, and I looked at the lady, like about like 30 seconds in, I said, I'm out of standards for your job, right? She goes, yeah. I said, so unless I shave and get a haircut, I'm not going to be eligible for this position. And she says, yeah. I said, well,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and thank you for leveling with me. I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. No, I'm not shaving. I'm not doing. I
There,
did that for the military for like all those years, and I'm like, I ain't doing that again.
no,
I ain't
I
doing
went,
no.
as you can see, I actually went back to my short hair.
Right, right. But I did that for 20 something years for the Navy, and it's like, nah, I'm not doing that crap again.
Oh yeah.
Not even. No, no.
Now, if you have gone in for like an administration job, then I think they would have allowed you to keep your long hair.
Yeah, but if for an administration job, I would have to have had. A lot of times they like to do things from within, so I would have had to have been in their organization and then gone up. They're most of the time they're not going to hire somebody outside to come in.
Oh yeah.
Even though I had the experience to do it, they
Oh
weren't
yeah.
going to do it. So, well, I ain't worried about it. I got to keep looking. I got to keep
Oh
looking,
yeah.
and hopefully it'll happen soon. But again, I wanted to say congratulations to you, sir, and
Thank you, Captain. Thank you.
keep the juju coming. So, I mean, you said we got a chance. We got a chance. So
Yes, we.
I mean, on a 100% scale, what do you think our chances are for a win?
So when it comes to Kansas City, I think we're gonna go in there. It's gonna be a tough matchup.
Uh huh.
Uh, it's gonna be a dogfight as always. I think we pull it off by 3 points, hopefully by a touchdown. Um, when it comes to Indy, I believe that one's a home game, or is that in
No,
Indy? Yeah.
that's in Indy. It's indoors.
All right, so
And you
I
know
think
what?
that one.
Mode. Don't even go on to that because it's one game at a time. One game at a
So
time. Let's beat the Chiefs first.
overall, I think we have the Chiefs by 3 points. Hopefully, I'm wrong and it's by more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm probably guessing our chance is po- possibly about 75%.
I like that. 75% that we went out, and
Like
then
heck,
it's then it's just a matter of waiting on other people.
yeah, and even our division hasn't even been settled. So we beat Kansas City. We take that second spot in the division, and then if we beat Denver, that might give us the title.
Well, Kansas City would have to lose 2 games.
Yes, they still do.
Yeah, Kansas City because one of those losses being against us, so they would have to lose one other game, and then it would come down to the tiebreakers.
Which I think they might still play Denver still.
No, they played Denver twice. Denver split with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they still have San Diego then.
Well, the Chargers, I'm not sure. Uh, I know that if we went out, we would actually be 4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because we would have beaten Denver twice. If we went out, we would have beaten Denver twice. We would have split with everybody else, which means we would be 4-2 in the division.
Yeah.
So I like that, and I agree. I agree with this. Asylum. If we beat Kansas City, make it official. Let Antonio Pierce be the head coach.
I agree. If we pull up this big upset in Kansas City, Mr. Davis, please, please just hire him as the full-time head coach,
I agree.
and maybe bring back Rich as an assistant coach.
Well, he's in Green Bay.
But how long is his contract?
That I don't know. That I don't know. We'll see if he's well. Here's the thing though. We still need to figure out who our GM is, and that is one reason why that even if Antonio Pierce wins against the Chiefs, it'll be a decision that they will probably wait till after the season, because unless they name Kelly the GM on the spot and say you are no longer interim, and they say, okay, Kelly, you're going to be our GM, and if Kelly wants to keep Pierce, then they can go, okay, Kelly's the GM, Pierce is the head coach, and then you start working on your staff after the season. You definitely need an upgrade in your offensive staff. If Versace is available and they want to get him, and it's one of those things where if he's available and they want him, then it's possible. Versace is a special teams guy. He's better than the guy we have now.
Because if anyone really notices, a lot of time, a lot of player coaches are typically the best and ideal coaches for teams.
For the most part. But I'll tell you what, Vince Lombardi is not a player's coach. Okay?
No.
Bill Parcells, not a player's coach. Bill Belichick, not a player's coach. So there, it goes. There's a lot of player coaches out there. Then there are ones that are, oh my God, he is the incarnate of evil.
But at the end of the day, it all depends on how the interaction with the players are.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, Mode, I'm gonna kick your ass out. So hopefully we'll have somebody else come in. And
all right, Captain.
Yeah, Matt Marina says, "Man, player, shipmate, you take care. Good seeing you. Be well. Don't lose control of your car. I see you're driving.
Driving.
Okay, you pulled off the side. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Take care, shipmate, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Captain.
Keep in touch, Mode.
Will do. Yeah,
fucker. Take care, man. We'll see you. That's greater Mode. Matt Marinovich. Madden was a player's coach. Yeah. Madden had 3 rules. Be on time. And I know it was be on time, something. I can't remember what rule 2 was. And play like hell on game day. Be on time. I forget what number 2 was. And play like hell. Give it your all. Don't just not give your all. Thank you. Hooligan says, pay attention. Be on time, play like hell, and be on time, pay attention, and play like hell when it's game time. That's it. Here it is. Be on time, pay attention, and play like hell. I remember see, I wasn't paying attention. I did. I was paying attention. I'm going to give that to the I'm getting older thing. That's it. And that's what they did. So it's halftime. I think the Jags are down 10-0. I'm not totally paying attention as I should. Ugh. Yeah, and I was Hooligan. You're man. You're taking my vision. I was like, yeah, and by the way, they're the Raider rules. The Raider rules. Cheating is encouraged, and rule number 2 is see rule number 1. And by the way, my goodness, Dallas just got the snot kicked out of them today too, right? Anyway, hit the link. William, thank you for that. William says yes, I am correct. Appreciate that, shipmate. And then I see this freaking the Bears guy almost had the tip at the end, right? Because he's like, pardon me. They say knock the ball down. Well, the guy knocked the ball down, but they're telling people make sure that you're around the people and just look. See, and they have us before we were in the hunt. Now they're not. I guess maybe they don't have enough room, but we're still in the hunt. We're still in the hunt at 6 and 8. Seven, 8, 9. Yeah. 9 and 8, get in. We need Buffalo to drop 2 of the last 4, and Dallas could, yeah. And Dallas choked today. They choked today. But pop in if you want to be in the show. Please see this link here. Hit there. I did see something which I'm very happy about. Is we can actually, and it's been a while, we can live stream now to Instagram. I will look at that as soon as it, well, not as soon as it, but I will look at it in one of those things I need to do. That's one that will probably be not a long thing I need to do. And so I want to push the Instagram too. Is that Jason Garrett? Yeah. Oh, somebody's saying it's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. Okay, somebody had a boy. Oh, okay. Mazel tov. Congratulations. I'm just watching. And Hooligan's wife is a Cow Patties fan, and she just dropped. Well, Hooligan, here's the other thing, though. Here's the other thing. You can say, baby, I know it'll make you feel better. But you got to make sure you're performing, Hooligan. And Steve, I get this. And I said that. I said the only thing that was upsetting, oh, it's the chick that's on TV. Oh, okay. She's pregnant. And she knows it's a boy. Okay. Well, congratulations. It's a baby boy. The only thing that was upsetting is that they're going to pick in front of us every round. But it that where a person is necessarily doesn't always mean a lot. It's making the most of your pick. And when was the last time the Raiders and I'm gonna use the word consistently did that? It's been a while. It's been a long while. Even under the Al Davis administration, because Al would always pick the first guy. And if you don't believe me, make sure you read the book Behind the Shield, Al Davis. Okay, which is my buddy Bruce Kebrick and John Kingdon. John Kingdon, my real good friend Bruce, so I've got a chance to talk to him once or twice. They would detail this in the book in the draft. Al always picked round one. Always. The pick that the Raiders had in round one was always an Al Davis pick. Now, before Al got older and older, he would have more of an influence on a thumb on the draft, but he would turn it over to his, scouts, and they may or may not have done a decent job, because the one thing the Raiders didn't do, and that's why I always said it was the Raiders and 31 other teams, or 29 other teams, or 27, because remember, they kept coming in by two, was that the Raiders did not go in on the consortium of the draft consortium, where everybody kind of put their, information in and everybody got an output, so that they wanted to be special. The Raiders did want to be special, so their picks were indeed like, wow, what the hell were they thinking picks? And some of them would pan out, and a lot of them didn't, but they were our picks. They were Raider picks. They were picks that people would scratch their head over, and the ones that panned out were awesome. Or the ones that they would have, like they would see somebody and they wanted to get him, but they didn't quite get him in the draft. But then, for example, when Todd Christensen was cut by Dallas, he was immediately picked up by the Raiders because the Raiders had their eye on him before Dallas picked him, right? So when he was cut, immediately snagged, and Al Davis said, that kid's going to be a tight end. Because he did the same thing with Billy Cannon. Seriously, Billy Cannon was an all-pro, all-world running back that played at LSU. He was the Heisman Trophy winner. And when the Raiders got him, Al made him a tight end. And he was an immensely awesome product at tight end. So what Al saw with Christensen was the same thing, a former running back that can block, catch, and run. And of course, Todd Christensen was he's not in the Hall of Fame. He should be. That's another person that we need to see if we can get him in the Hall of Fame, is Todd Christensen. Because Todd Christensen was, everybody, you see the jersey behind me, right? We're going to point. Okay, you point at it there. This one, 46. That's a Christensen jersey. So we need to get Todd Christensen in the Hall of Fame. Like we need to get. Let's see. I want to make sure you point opposite. Use this hand, and this guy there, Jim Plunkett, needs to be in the Hall of Fame too. So we're about an hour in the show, and it's halftime. They just kicked. They just kicked the second half. Oh, that's out of bounds. Oh no, yeah, it made it to the end zone. Hit the link. Come in and talk about whatever. And again, if this team makes the playoffs, it's going to be because of the Raiders' defense and not the offense. And the way that they are playing for Antonio Pierce. And if they continue to play well, then indeed, I think the Raiders will name Pierce as the head coach. And we'll just have to see it. So, start of the second half, Baltimore is already up 10-0. They do have the ball. After some scrambling out to his left, Lamar Jackson got about a 2 or 3 yard gain, but he didn't get sacked. Walker was the kid out of Georgia, if I remember correctly. He's like their linebacker, defensive end, but yeah. And then Josh Allen was the kid that they have on the other side, played for Kentucky. So they've like I said, defense wins championships. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. It'll be like 3rd and 1 for the Ravens as Jackson moves the rush and run forward. But back to what is the quote, or back to what is most important. We got to win our own games. We got to win our own games. And if we don't, then all this conjecture of, well, if this happens, then you need X, Y, and Z to happen. Well, the first thing you need to do is have A, B, C, and D done, which is win your game against the Chargers, which we did. Win your game against the Chiefs, which is on Christmas Day. Win your game against Indianapolis the following week. And then the last game of the season, win your game against Denver. It's going to come down to that. Otherwise known as the one game at a time adage. And I agree with you there, Asylum. But hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about that. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, well. OBJ can't get everything. Should have had that one, though. It was right in his hands. I don't know why he dropped it. So we're now into the show. Hopefully Asylum will be coming in and talking to us in a little bit. Design quarterback draw. Jackson with about a 13-yard gain. That's the first down. And I look at, okay, the last time we played Baltimore, was it the opening game? Or have we played Baltimore since? Because I know we played them the opening game of the first game in Allegiant with fans, and that was the overtime game. That was that game. I don't think we played them since. Yeah, but we haven't played them since, so we haven't seen Lamar Jackson since that opening that we won. So if I'm not mistaken, we play that division next year. I think because we played the East this year. We played. Okay, I think we played Baltimore. Yeah. Spoiler time: beat Kansas City, lowered their playoff, but knocked the Broncos and Colts out of the playoff. Well, and Steve, yeah, I mean that's true. I mean that's going to be, other than we'll have the knowledge of doing that. Being a spoiler also helps us, make the team better. And it shows, like I said, it shows Mark Davis that Antonio Pierce really should stay as the head coach. I might have to go get some more drink though. Steve makes a lot of good points. Asylum makes a lot of good points. John is still, hopefully John's still here. John might come in and make some points. But if you want to come into the show, Hooligan Nation, who's been making a lot of the comments, and thank you for being here. Hopefully we'll hear from you. Hey, Doug. Yes, sir. I am going to be at the last home game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's my boy, Doug, who I thank. Doug, I don't know if you had a chance to hear, but I thanked you for finding me a person to buy that ticket. You know, because when you don't have any bread, that money for the ticket certainly helped. Although I still haven't spent any of that cash yet. I've been putting shit on my card. I need to start actually using that cash. But Doug Yapel from Erie, I thank you, sir. Doug is a dynamic, a great friend to have. Every time I've had a chance to meet him and hang out with him in Vegas. And Doug, I also saw you, what was it, Tennessee? I think in Tennessee too. We hung out. I know we hung out at and it wasn't just the home game. Charles Washington's here. Thank you. He's here on Facebook. Thanks for the invite. Another chance to rise to Kansas City level. This could be the year. Yes. Can we do it? Can we do it? I sound like oh, I want to get his name right. Was it Cyrus? Yes. Cyrus in the Warriors. But it's like instead of can you dig it? It would be can we do it? This could be the year. I agree. And John, actually, thank you for that. I'm enjoying my beers, but he's still, thank you for listening. Can you dig it? See, Charles remembers, and I said it before you put that, I swear, because there's a time lag. That is one of the more iconic scenes. And he's talking about all of the gangs of New York being at Central Park for the gang meeting, and they're all wearing colors, but it was a truce. Nobody was banging on each other. And he was talking about, your turf, your measly 3 blocks of turf. He said, and again, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, the Cracker Boys next to the Jumpers, and the Cyclones next to the Heavy-Handed Gang, and the 68 crew next to the I said the Jump, but whatever, right? He said, this is great, or so I said, can you dig it? But yeah. But thanks for that. Thanks for that, Charles. Yeah. Great. I love that. But yeah, and if you're new to this show, I do a lot of movie drops. I'm a movie guy. Do a lot of movie drops. That's why the title of the show is So You're Saying There's a Chance. And yeah, the Raiders have a chance. They got to win out. They got to win out. And yeah, Doug's going to be there. Grandson, his first Raider game. But Doug, make sure that you hit me up. I definitely want to make sure I see Doug. Well, you know where I'm sitting, Doug. So just in case I do miss you out at J Lot or at B Lot, I like being in B Lot the last couple games. So I was there, and good times at B Lot. It'd be a lot nicer if I can find a friggin' transportation to take me from B Lot to J Lot or J Lot to B Lot or vice versa. But man, just walking was a bitch. But and I'm gonna show this from again, John. For now he definitely has two more entries into the raffle when I have one. Wow, second game in team with four straight drives inside the opponent's 40-yard line with no points. Wow. That's not something that is positive. But again, hopefully, if you're wherever you're watching, and I would hope that, like I said, because we're going to be doing the Instagram pretty soon, where we're going right to Instagram. I'd say people to come in and watch it on YouTube because it is a better environment, it's better audio, it's better video. But I put it out. And now, and welcome to the show, Gabe. I'm putting this on because earlier this year, and Gabe, tell me if I'm wrong. He said, and I quote, Caleb Williams is going to look great in giant blue. Caleb Williams is going to look great in giant blue. And now it's this. Jaden Daniels is sounding great. Charles, let's see what Charles had to say. Charles wanted Cincy, Browns, Houston to lose, but Pittsburgh, Denver, and the Jags are losing is not a bad thing. Yeah, I was going to say the fact that the Jags. Well, I guess the Jags they're gonna be in anyway. Denver losing was important. Pittsburgh we needed them to lose because they had the tiebreaker over us. Now we have to beat the Colts in order to get the tiebreaker advantage back. Well, we beat the Colts beat the Steelers beat us. So it's like a triangle in that respect. So then it goes to other things. But yeah, we need to have that tiebreaker against Indy, and we do that by beating them. So that's one of those things. Unfortunately, we won too many. Well, two needs to be. By the way, two is TOO. Too many games to get Caleb. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be a better quarterback. Oh my God, he's so wide open. Oh, what a move. Who is that? Askew? Yeah, the punt returner. That's the special teams guy. And just like that, the Jags score quickly. 5 plays, 88 yards, less than 3 minutes of time of possession. And that's what you get when you got a speedster. And I agree with Charles on this. Caleb Williams needs to grow the fuck up. And he got so lost. The other guy was in another zip code. He was in another zip code. He was so lost. And John is saying, okay, yeah, here was it. Yeah, I remember the John Gabe fight the other couple shows ago. I didn't know I was talking about with their famous tight end rapper. Well, doesn't matter. Gabe has his opinions. You have your opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them, and most of them stink. All right. And I agree with what Gabe says. Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix. And those are the guys in those are the guys in our range as well. Although the Giants will be picking ahead of us because we beat the crap out of the Giants. And we beat the Jets successive weeks. Silent reminds you that has one more lump to take. Which get Asylum? I'm not sure. In extrapolate on that. Physical is spelled way the fuck wrong. Physical, PHY, and yeah, your CSL. I know that's really wrong, but physical was it? Is it PHYSICAL? It's in my mind. So yeah, change the I into Y, change the A for the S. There you go. There you go. There you go. Charles, no, I apologize for that. The answer is not yes, not no. First off, okay, yeah, let's hop off. We're gonna hop off. We're not gonna dote on the and Gabe's still going to school, so and they do have things. The newer kids can do it's actually like they can do spell check all day long, but just make sure you spell check when you turn in your assignment. But getting back to what Charles was saying, it's not that I'm down on or not sold on O'Connell. Is I think he'll be a decent quarterback, and decent is an operative word. Can he be a like, oh my God, he's the greatest thing ever quarterback? Maybe. Because I'm looking. That guy, let me show you what I'm looking at. Let's see there. That guy, right? That guy was a MVP of the league, right? And I'm not talking about that guy because he was the defensive player of the year. But that guy, Rich Gannon, was the MVP of the league. And he most certainly didn't start out as such, right? He didn't start out as such. But he worked into it. So, okay. Now, okay. Now I understand what you're saying. So, yes, he took lumps when we beat this, but he didn't say anything to me after all the shit talk. Well, that's true. O'Connell is going to be a decent quarterback. I see more out of O'Connell than I saw out of Andrew Walter because Andrew Walter was beat like a dog or a puppy that kept pissing on the floor. Remember him, Andrew Walter, who played decent at Arizona, right? Could have been a really decent quarterback. He had the physical tools. He was big. He was tall. He could throw. He was at a hard throw, but he got whooped like a puppy, right? So he was nothing after that. And Derek's brother David was kind of like the same way. He had all the physical tools, but he just got beat like a little puppy, and he became camera shy. And I agree with Charles. Name one quarterback who ever had those best in the league from the start. None of them. None of them. Because we almost always had hand-me-downs. We almost always had hand-me-downs. So, again, remember that Tom Flores was traded for the Mad Bomber, right? To Buffalo for the Mad Bomber. George Blanda was an afterthought until we picked him up from the Oilers. I know I'm getting old. Kenny Stabler was the second round pick that actually played behind both of those guys. and he wasn't even the first round pick. Was it Eldridge was Eldridge Dickey was the first rounder, and he was kind of like, for those who remember, Joe Gillum in Pittsburgh, who played before Bradshaw. Joe Gillum was quarterback in Pittsburgh, and actually Terry Bradshaw went up to Al Davis and said, "Hey, Al, trade for me. I'll be that guy." And Davis said, "Terry, I got frickin' the old man, Blanda. I got the Mad Bama, and I got Stabler. You think that I'm going to be able to take you up too?" No. But Pittsburgh finally started playing Bradshaw, and the rest is history. But yeah, Eldridge Dickey. But yeah. But Walter, he could have been a good quarterback, but he just got beat. And so you're correct. We've never had a quarterback that was the best from jump. Oh, that's a pass interference. Really? Wow. Maybe it was because it might have been uncatchable, but he was bump. How many would we have won if we had the best? Charles, I'll tell you what. I'll name one guy. How many Super Bowls would we have won if we had the best quarterback? Imagine, Charles, and I think you probably know this. Imagine if the Raiders had gotten a chance to trade for John Elway like the Raiders wanted, but Pete Rozelle nixed it. The Raiders were going to give the Colts, who had that pick, Howie Long and like another big name person. It was Howie Long, a big name person, and a pick for that pick. And the Colts were like, yeah. And it was Pete Rozelle that said, no, that's not going to happen. And I'm not sure that, a commissioner can do such things now. I'm not sure that they could. But at the time in 83, he nixed the trade. So what did the Colts do? They took the next best offer, which was from the Broncos, which was Mark Herman and a tackle for the pick. And that's what they got. They got Mark Herman, who played the quarterback for the Broncos, and then he gets shipped off to Indianapolis or Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore. And the rest is history. John Elway. Imagine how many Super Bowls the Raiders could have won with John Elway. But no, Charles. But like I said, Charles, we did pass on him, but a lot of teams passed on him. Why? Because of the marijuana use. That was the thing about that Marino was hooked on marijuana. He was hooked on marijuana and drugs and other crap, so that he dropped because of that. So yeah, we bypassed him, but we wanted Elway. And Asylum remembers Pete said any team but the Raiders in order to fuck out. So yeah, imagine if we would have had Elway. Marino would have been a great consolation prize, but who did we draft in '83? Was it Dan Mospar? Somebody look that up. I think we drafted Mospar in '83. I can be wrong on the year. Somebody look. Who did the Raiders first round draft 1983? They were going to trade. They were going to trade for Elway. Let me get that. Yes, center. Okay, good. Steve DeLuna said I was correct. And again, I'm not looking at stuff. I'm just trying to remember. Steve DeLuna says I'm right. Said yes, C. But Steve center was Mospar. That's who we drafted in '83. But yeah, trade for Elway. That would have been good. Drafting Marino would have been good, but like I said, at the time, everybody passed on Marino because of the alleged drug use. Anyway, we are 1 hour and 23 minutes into the show. Hell, the tackle. Oh, a guy who took over from Plunkett was Mark Wilson. Charles. Mark Wilson, who he drafted out of Brigham Young. Mark Wilson was the guy. In fact, I'm trying to think. Wasn't Mark Wilson the quarterback when the Raiders played the Miami in his rookie year, when Marino just was like blowing by people with passing, and it was either the year that the Raiders went to the Super Bowl, or it was the following year. I'd have to look. But Mark Wilson was the quarterback. Yeah, most part. Yeah, that's right. So I was right. Most part. I'm glad. I'm glad I had that right. Is there still the Gafla? Yeah, I know, but no, he was already on the team. I think he was already on the team. I think Mark Wilson was drafted in. Somebody look. Okay, I'll look it up. And thank you for saying that. Hit the like. Thank you there, the Gafla. But yeah, I think he was already on the team. In fact, I'll look it up. Mark Wilson draft. And Mark spoke MA, by the way. Okay. Mark Wilson, 1980. Yeah, he was already on the team. Was drafted in the first round of the 1980 draft. Yes, so he was already on the team. So yeah, he wasn't. We took Mark Wilson, the quarterback, playoff loss to New England in '85. Yeah, yeah, but he was the guy that came in for Plunkett. Yeah, he was the guy that came in for Plunkett. And then we had people like my friend, and I can say this because it's true. My friend Jay Schrader. Let me. Is that a fumble? It's a fumble. Could be. I'm looking. It's either an intentional grounding or a fumble. They're looking right now. But it's definitely intentional grounding. Definitely intentional grounding. It was a pass. But yeah, it's intentional grounding. That's for sure. What are you discussing? Yeah, what are you discussing? It's intentional grounding. Thank you. But yeah, Mark Wilson. We wanted Plunkett. We passed on Marino. We got Dan Mosbar. Anyway. And cool. Thank you for coming in, Charles. Thank you for coming in, for sure. Go to YouTube next time, though, bro. Go to YouTube. Yeah, traded Jim Lachey for Schrader. And by the way, and this was something you might not know, the Raiders originally were trading for Doug Williams. They wanted Doug Williams first because Doug was there in Washington. And the Redskins says, no, nuh-uh. We won't trade you, Doug. Pardon me. Excuse me for the sneeze. We're not going to trade you, Doug, but we will trade you Jay Schrader. We won't trade you Doug, but we will trade you Jay Schrader. So we gave up Jim Lachey, the left tackle, for Jay Schrader. And again, I can say that. Let me say this again. My friend, Jay Schrader. I think that's cool to say that because, knowing Jay Schrader, which I did. And if you get back with Jay and say, Gavin Jack says he knows you, and yeah, he does. In fact, had I got to the game a little earlier, I would have had a chance to chat with him last game, but I didn't get there in time. But he was chatting with Hollywood in his front row seat there. Anyway, hit the link. I'm talking too much, guys. Somebody come in. And thank you, the Gaffless. They hit the like button. Thank you for that. Hit the stream. Hit the connect. And yes, Charles, it was great, cool chatting with you. Hit the link, please. But there's a lot we can talk about. Remember, we might hear from our boy in Kansas, Asylum. Maybe. The Gaffla, it's like I gotta ask him. The Gaffla is are you in New York or are you in like New England? I gotta ask about that. What is the significance of that name? I like to hear that. And I like what Steve is saying. Imagine drafting Marino, keeping left tackle Lachey, and not trading Howie Long for Elway. Wow. And Dan Marino would have looked good in the Raider colors. He would have looked good in the Raider colors. That long hair he had, the arm. And, Al didn't really care. Like I said, if it was under the Raider system of the fact is you played hard. And Grant, I know that, Madden was already gone by that time. Flores was the coach, but you play hard, you're on time, you play like hell. Wow, that's a nice run. It's still 10-7. Baltimore's up with 2:03 left in the third quarter. And we're going to give up Howie to move up and get Elway. Yeah, that was the trade. It was Howie and another player and the pick to Baltimore to draft John Elway. And Pete Rozelle said no. John Elway. I've seen the the artist renditions of the number 7, his black number 7 jersey. I've seen the artist renditions of Dan Marino in the black 13 jersey. Wow, the Ravens what 5 receptions? Odell Beckham with 1, Zay Flowers with 1, and Bateman with 3. Aguilar has 0. I tell you, that's the Jacksonville defense keeping them on track. Anyway. Oh, he wriggles out of it and then throws across the field, which you shouldn't do. And whoever number 8, likely is the wide receiver, makes a hell of a catch, goes up and just brings it away from. Oh man, I tell you, Jackson was wonderful on that one. Itchy ears. Baltimore at the 6, Baltimore at the 1-yard line. after that run by who is that? Yeah, Baltimore is going to wrap up if they things keep going good. They'll be the number one seed. Kansas City ain't doing shit this year. I'm glad to say that. Anyway, if you like to, please come on into the show. Let me. The link is up there again. I'll put the link. Like I said, go into the comments section. Hit the StreamYard link. And we'll talk about it. But again, I'm just watching the program until you hit it up. But it was great to know that the Raiders are that the Broncos are two games behind Kansas City? And they're only one game ahead of us. Like I said, the Raiders could be the second best team in this division by the end of the year. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of decent quarterbacks out there. And if the Raiders sit pat and they think that O'Connell can be that guy, he doesn't have a a cannon, but he's an excellent, and I hate the term, but he is an excellent game managing quarterback. And with more experience, he will probably not do all the bonehead plays that that comes from being a rookie. So we'll see. But if nobody comes in, I'm gonna pop. Like I said, I've been here for an hour and a half plus. So I'm gonna give it okay. Give it another 5 minutes. See if anybody wants to come in and talk. Hopefully so. And again, I thank you for watching the show. Remember, Tuesday I will be on with Miss Peggy, and we will have a lot to talk about because remember, Miss Peggy and I haven't had a chance to dissect our thoughts against the Chargers, and it'll be good because it'll say, "Give me a grade for this. Give me a grade for that." I mean, honestly, I think for the first time in like forever, I'm going to be able to say, Peggy, I give them straight A's. Baltimore is now going to be up with. You can't assume an extra point, but let's go ahead and assume it. 17-7. They're going to be up 10. Assuming an extra point. Ken is in the house. Good to see you, Ken. Yeah. Same one. Hey Jack, you noticed I was in your show the other night because Jack Kenna said, "Hey, come into the show with it was it Raider Critique and Ern." I think Ern is still, and if you talk to Ern, ask him if he's pissed off at me. I think he might still be. I hope he isn't, but I like Ern. Obviously, critiquing I have no problem, but I want to make sure that Ern and critique are not mad at me because again I enjoyed coming in. I would have come into the show if you had thrown out the link, but that was a good show. And I agree with Steve DeLuna in the fact that O'Connell is going to have things. He's going to have to do that big jump from rookie to second-year player. Oh, you told critique I got because I knew when the show was and I wasn't flying, and I had no problem. I said it was good. It was good to come into the show. Like I said I was waiting on the flight. Yeah, I was gonna give you guys support. Give you guys support. But tell her that I hope that he ain't mad at me. I know who is going to be mad at me pretty soon is because I hit him up on his Twitter today, and that's Wi-Fi Willie. I asked Wi-Fi Willie. I said, "Are you a Raider fan or are you a Derek Carr fan?" And that's hopefully Wi-Fi will correspond to me, but we'll see. But we'll have that. But hey, good. We're gonna be hearing from Asylum. Wow, Cleveland 4 quarterbacks, Pittsburgh 2 quarterbacks, Cincinnati 2 quarterbacks, of course because of injury. But yeah, Baltimore only has Jackson. And I will agree with Kenna on this one. I still want a quarterback in the first round. I like I said, it depends. It depends. If Champ Kelly is the general manager and he wants a splash quarterback, if he wants a splash quarterback, and the Bears make it be known that Justin Fields is available, if Kelly is the GM and Fields is available, the Raiders might trade for Fields, and then they will get an offensive guy, hopefully to make sure that whoever the offensive coordinator is can use Justin Fields correctly to make him a viable asset, a la Lamar Jackson or such. And, use his legs and his arms together. Facebook user, thank you for that. Okay, Dodgers will win at least what, 5 world championships? Not necessarily true. I mean, with the Otani and that lineup that they have, because you got, was it Betts, Otani, Freddie Freeman, you know? But people were saying that about the Yankees that had Stanton and Judge and a couple other people, and they didn't have they got Garrett Cole, but they don't have pitching. The Dodgers need pitching. The Dodgers need pitching. That's true. Figure drop and say hi, and the Raiders going, Gators, yeah, happy holidays. Yeah, great. Thanks to Jared again. Jared, please fix your phone. Please fix your phone. I love it. I love it when Jared would come in and do his. And I had a chance to talk with Jared the other day before the game, and I like to hear his voice. Fix your phone, brother. Get or borrow an Android. Seriously, borrow an Android so that you can come in. I'm gonna ask Asylum. I'm gonna see if it's Asylum. Oh, okay. And Dory, I hate to leave you, Cap, but not for a week. Dory, thank you. That Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. We're still. I think we're still in Hanukkah. I'm gonna ask Asylum. We're still not. We're still in Hanukkah, right? A couple more days. I don't have a menorah. I don't know what day we're on. We might be out of it. I think we're close. But yeah, happy Merry Christmas to you, Dory. To you and everybody here. But thank you for stopping by, Jared. Grab a phone, come in, and on. You don't have to be on camera. I know you can be camera shy. Just make sure your mic works. And Jack Canna loves the Dodgers. Loves the Dodgers. Jack Canna is the biggest Dodger fan there is. I did say that the Giants were looking at the other, was it Yamamoto? The pitcher from Japan who's going to get a lot of money. The Giants and one other team, I can't remember who that other team is, they've made it be known that they're going all in on Yamamoto. Let's get Asylum in here, so we got at least 10 minutes with Asylum. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you?
10 minutes too long for some people.
I'm sorry. What was that?
10 minutes with me is probably 10 minutes too long for some people.
Yeah, well, but and again, Gabe, you still need to apologize to Asylum according to Asylum. I'll take your word.
If I apologize, to just take the lump. He did a lot of shit talking about how we were. What was his word? Uh, we were living in a fantasy world or whatever. Think we were going to beat them that easy, and they had this and their offensive line
Oh
that.
yeah, and Wink Martindale was gonna make mincemeat out of Aiden O'Connell. That I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit
I
like
remember
that.
that.
And then when he was on the show, your show right after the game, I was on there too, and he stayed kind of quiet through the whole thing. So
Yeah. So
I'm all for shit talking. I'm all for it. But when I shit talking lose, I take my lumps and say say what I have to say afterwards. It's all good. It's all in fun.
I will say that Gabe did come in and say that, hey, I was wrong. The Raiders kicked our ass, and I will. And so he did say that. He came in and took it from me in that respect. So I will give him that he came in and talked to me about it. So thank you that.
We're Raiders fans. We know all about those tough losses.
Yes, yes. So what's on your mind tonight?
Oh no! The only thing that's on my mind is going into Christmas Day. I'm getting
Yeah.
ready for that. I just ended up having to buy a
What are
couple
your
sets.
thoughts on that? What are your
My
thoughts on that?
my thoughts on it. It's going to be a tough game, but the way Kansas City's been playing and everything, I believe I say this a lot, but a winnable game. We went in there and I think if we put Bo Hardegree back in the booth like he was against the Chargers, I think that made a big difference. They
It
did the same
did.
thing. They did the same thing to Patrick Graham. Graham came down onto the sideline for a game or two. Then they put him back up in the booth, and the minute he went back up in the booth, our defense came back together and was being able to play better. It's all about what you could see. I think he was able to see lineups and see what they were showing a lot better, and was able to do his play calling accordingly, being up in the booth. I like that, and if he does that again, I think it gives us a chance. I think I don't think it's going to be a repeat of last week, which I would love more than anything here in Kansas. But I definitely think we could, win by a field goal, 5 points, something like that. I think it could be done.
Yeah.
They're the only person who can catch on their team is Travis Kelce. Everybody
Yeah.
else, everybody else can't do it. If we could stop the running game, which we got a good run defense. I mean, I believe I heard something the last 6 to 8 games, something like that. We've been a top 10 defense. We're a top 10 in scoring.
Well, but that I was gonna say we might be top 10 in scoring only because that 63 helped the average a lot.
Well,
A lot.
it does, but in the end, the defense has been playing good. Defense and special
Yeah.
teams. It's been the
Yeah.
offense. I'm a little pissed off because I said O'Connell was going to have a breakout game. I was just 5 days late. He did it against the Chargers instead against the Vikings. I thought he was going to come out and have his breakout game. But again, offensive line with the difference with James out and having who did we have?
Farm.
And then we had the new guard too. In between Farm and Mumford.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So Mumford was playing left tackle. Oh my God.
It
Yeah.
starts with an M. I know that.
Oh,
But
Meredith. Was playing guard.
that's it.
Yes.
The 3 of them coming in, that being different. That he had more of a pocket. He had more time. Things seem to be clicking a little bit better.
Yeah.
I said it on my show, and I'll say it here, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it to Peggy when she's on my show on Wednesday. This coming up. I think Jacobs not being in actually helped our run game. I think right now he's not being productive, and we keep trying to force feed him. And he's on the field. We got to get him the ball. We got when we do the same thing with Adams, when we try to force feed too much, you get hyper focused, and just when it's not working, you don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs, I've called it. I feel like I'm starting to feel more and more that he's running for a paycheck, and that's it. He's preparing, trying to keep himself healthy enough for next season for his new team. I don't think he's going to be here, and I'm not happy about saying that, I was hoping for a different Jacobs, but this is football. It's a business. Shit happens sometimes, and when it comes down to it, it's the next man up. So I like to see the running game keep going, but I think if O'Connell could play just half as well as he did with Bo Hardegree up in the booth, we could win that game.
Okay, well, let me ask the question because I know that Graham went up there and our defense played better. I know that Bo went up there and our offense was amazing. Are they both going to stay up there?
Oh, I don't think Patrick Graham's coming down. I think Graham's staying up there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That ain't changing.
Right, and if Bo Hardegree had such an epiphany as the offense coordinator, keep him up there too.
I agree.
I don't need a
it
guy.
Worked last week.
Yeah,
we're trying new things. It worked on Thursday, so why not try it on Monday? If it works again, then you keep him up there. If it doesn't, then you can try something else. He's not used to calling plays, let alone trying to see what the defense is showing on the sideline. That's a whole different view. But when you're up top and able to see what they're doing and seeing who's coming in, who's going out, who's just, these schemes that are just show, the ones that are real, he's able to see it and plan and go and say, okay, look, I heard comments saying, and you heard it too, O'Connell will change who the mic was. And I think that was based off of what he was hearing from Hardegree. He changed it, he'd say 62s or whatever was Mike. 9 was Mike. No. 3 is Mike. That's coming from somewhere. And I think it's a lot easier for Hardegree to be able to see up there because he gets to see who's just lying about, being on the line and going to drop back and who's actually going to come, what's being seen. If it's a nickel, what the defense is showing him and everything. And I think he's getting to be able to plan, what do they say? You got to plan 3 plays, 4 plays ahead. And I think he's starting to be able to do that up there. We won't know until he's up there again, though.
Right.
I don't think it was a fluke. I think they did it to try something new. The offense wasn't working then. Let's try something new. It worked. So what do? We should do it again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I agree. Is that I don't care where they're stationed as far as what their vantage point is. If it works, keep them there.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
That, and that allows AP to be able to just walk up and down the sidelines and do what he needs to do to, motivate the players, focus on the game. He doesn't have to sit there. It's all in the headsets. So he could just, turn around. I mean, even on the sideline and in the booth, it gets to Aiden O'Connell at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not no advantage, I think, keeping him on the sideline.
Yeah. So, and again, I agree with you as far as what we saw out of the last game is something that now, like I said, is something that was like, well, shit. I mean, and yes, that was an NFL team that we were playing on Thursday. It's not like we were playing the Sisters of Mary of the Poor. And okay.
And they don't have a bad defense either.
No,
they have a decent defense.
They have a decent defense, right? But,
exactly.
And again, they said, well, Herbert doesn't play defense.
No, nope.
And
Herbert plays on offense.
Stick caused 2 defensive touchdowns, a fumble and a pick. I get it. But so does Herbert at times. But again, their offense couldn't do shit because our defense was stripping them and causing the turnovers. So again, I will say that didn't matter who was that quarterback, other than, he was directly responsible for 4. Well, okay, I'm giving, Carlson the plus ones, but he was directly responsible for 14 Raider points. Easton Stick. Okay, that's great. And then I said, well, wait a second. You had a third quarterback. He goes, oh, that was that kid that the kid picked out of TCU, the undersized one. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, so no. Easton Stick's not going to be there next year. They need a quarterback as a backup quarterback, but they don't need another big quarterback. So.
And the other big thing in this is what name didn't you hear all game?
I know that 50 who.
Exactly. He was double teamed. Even Illuminor did well on him when he was by himself. I know this is a shock here in the Luminor's name and doing well, but he did well when he was solo against him. Mumford did well when they tried to put him to the other side.
Right.
But the difference was we were able to stop their defense. We kept O'Connell upright. And when O'Connell is upright, he shows what he can do. I like to see him scramble just a little bit more. There's times where he's got an open field in front of him. I'd love to see him just take what he can get there. But you know what? It's a rookie quarterback, and he's got to learn. And I've said this from the get-go. I expect rookie mistakes out of my quarterback because that's what he is, a rookie. And he's only started now. This is 6 games. I don't count that first one. That was a setup. That was in order to set up Raider Nation so we didn't, he didn't have to hear about it so he could keep Garoppolo in. So I'm not counting that one. He had 6 starts. I expect to see mistakes, but I also saw a whole lot of, good play out of him. I mean, even out of Bo Hardegree, we talk about his play calling. How many trick plays? Call them trick plays. I saw a lot more different plays in there going in than we've seen elsewhere. We saw Myers.
Well, yeah, I was going to say Jacob Myers, Jacoby Myers threw twice, one for a touchdown.
One for a touchdown, the other one for a first down.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
We saw a direct snap to the running back, which led to a touchdown.
Yep.
When it came to the line with who got that first touchdown? It wasn't Zeus. It was it was Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus had one, and then what was it? Myers had Tucker had 2.
2.
Yeah, Tucker had 2. Zeus had 1.
We had 8 different players. We had 8 different players get touchdowns in this game.
Right.
2 of them on defense.
Right.
But that's the thing is we saw fresher plays, things that help. I mean, I love seeing Jacoby throw the ball. The direct snap, the run I was just talking about. It was a straight power run. It was 2 Zeus's strengths. He's a north and south runner. He got into that pile. I mean, it was only 4 yards. That's all we needed. He didn't try to do anything fancy. It was just a direct get behind your lineman and go. So I think Bo Hardegreen's getting a little bit more comfortable with some of these plays and pulling some more out of his own hat to throw in there with what he's stuck dealing with. I think he's auditioning for future OC job somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not going to be
I don't think he's ready. I don't know. I don't think he's ready.
Yeah.
But he's definitely auditioning, saying, "Hey, I'm more than just a quarterback's coach."
Right.
And it was good to see. And I think if he continues doing this, he'll get a shot somewhere, probably with some other young coach, coming up, down the road. But, I'd like to get an OC in. I'd like to keep AP. I said it in the chats, and I've been saying it for a while. All we have to do is beat Kansas City once. We didn't do it the first time, so here's our chance. We beat Kansas City, take the interim off, and give them the job. I don't care how the rest of the season goes after that.
Well, I agree with that to a point. I do. I agree with that to a point, but only if you've already decided who your GM is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be Champ Kelly. I think he's already decided. I think Mark Davis has already decided. He's just playing the political NFL game. I'm not sure if he could give it to him right away, if he's got to interview people, all that other. I know I've heard both sides of the story. I know even Hondo had a whole show on that at one point, talking about he's talked to people and they could take the interim off and give it to him. I'm not sure how it goes. I'm not into that part of the football, but he might have to play the game. And I think as far as GM, I have a funny feeling. I'm about 95% sure we already know who our GM is.
Well, maybe they will tell us soon or who they're looking for. I can't wait to the end of the season so they can actually say who our OC is going to be. And if we get a upgrade, like somebody I can't remember earlier they were talking about bring Versace back. Not bad. But
Versace as what though? As head coach?
What? No, as the special teams guy, because our special teams coach McMahon is not the best.
No, he's got players that have been helping that out and playing well.
Underperforming. Yeah. I mean,
You know,
Cole and Carlson are great, but, you know, the teams themselves, not the greatest. So we'll see that. Anyway, Ken, I got to let you go because we're up against the time.
I'm glad I could close out the show.
Yes, you closer, you the Jonathan Papelbon of the Captain Jack show. You know, the closer. I pulled out my Phillies. I definitely weren't going to call you Kimbrel. That fucker sucked this year. So I'll put
I'm better
Papelbon.
than that.
Yeah, you are. Okay, but take care. And Ed Winchell, you owe me a Dodger dog because I want to go see the Dodgers with Ed Winchell. Give me a call so we can do some Dodger games this year because it'll be fun to watch. Maybe I'll see when the Phillies are playing the Dodgers in LA this year. Anyway, guys, gals, mates, and wenches, I know we still got some time. It's next Monday, but advance Merry Christmas. We're still in Hanukkah, I think.
No, Hanukkah ended Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, but belated Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And, advance Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus for the rest of us, for all of that. And go for that. Hey, take care of yourself there, shipmate.
You too.
All right. That's Asylum in Kansas. In Kansas. Asylum in Kansas. He's not in Misery, but he's close. You can see it from there.
Close enough.
All right. There you go. Take care, brother. There you go. Asylum's out. I got to end the show with, listen, AOC's gotten better every game. He's still rookie safe for stuff. Yeah, I agree with Mike Raines, man. Not doing bad. And thanks for welcome to the show. Man, I got less than a minute. Take care, everybody. I will see you Tuesday for the show with Peggy. Can't wait to see her. Take care, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday for, chopping it up with Peggy and me. We'll see you.